Hello, Spoon Nation, and welcome to the TNA No Surrender 2006 pay-per-view review. Now, before this show, I'd never actually seen a single TNA match, let alone a full pay-per-view. And in my attempts of finding said show, I came to the conclusion I couldn't. So I had to do what all people should do legally and got TNA Plus. And to be honest, it was basically the WWE network. Like, it gave the same exact vibes as the WWE network, but obviously 3 different letters. But I was looking forward to it. I'd never seen TNA. All I really knew about TNA was it was kind of decent at the start. It was a bit mad with the Vince Russo stuff, and it's got some good, lot of ex-WWE guys throughout its history. But it's got some decent homegrown talent as well. With obviously the AJs, the Samoa Joes, both on said card. And then in the modern era, we have the Moose, the Tessa Blanchard, who's a boo her, and kind of their thing, but not really. Joe Hendry. He didn't appear. Anyway, let's get into the review of the pay-per-view. The show starts with a quite weird opening package with clips of famous people like RFK, FDR, Bush, and other presidents of stuff, which is kind of strange. And it's like TNA, No Surrender, blah blah blah. But then Eric Young comes out first with a conga of people, which I assume is from the crowd. I assume they are, because that's kind of how TNA rock and rolls. Then A1 comes out, and I'm sat there going, "This is me watching TNA." You know, I am excited to be watching TNA. There's some decent crowd work with it. They're going, "Oh yeah, me and boo him." That's fun. And then as the screen goes black, I get quite concerned. Like, oh no, what's happened? And then I remember, oh, there'll be ad breaks because it's TNA. So there's an ad break. So before it was decent, and then after the ad break, A1 goes for a dirty pin, but the ref sees it, and then Eric wins with a pretty nice wheelbarrow neck breaker. It was a decent but short match. 2.5 out of 5. After that match, we see the rest of the card and the pre-show attempts of finding proper people to hold the straps in the main event, which is I think it's classed as a fans revenge match between Jeff Jarrett and Samoa Joe. We go backstage to see if Jim Cornette can drop some knowledge on this big announcement they keep alluding to. And then we go back out and we see Pete Williams, a name I know. And then we see Jay Lethal backstage because he's meant to come out, but he doesn't. Jay Lethal, another name I know, Woo. And he's playing Xbox, and I don't know what he was playing. I thought at first it was a TNA game, but then I thought maybe GTA 4. I don't know. And just loads of advertising for Jackass 2, loads of it. So then the match starts. I'm a bit confused why P.E. Williams is grabbing his stomach so much, but then it's made quite clear to us that P.E. Williams has been force-fed laxatives by Jay Lethal and his pals, which is, amazing, great stuff. Jay Lethal then does loads of gut-based offense to make P.E. Williams effectively shit himself. And Jay Lethal won with a roll-up. And I assume P.E. Williams then runs off to go and do a poo. And for some reason, Jackass 2 is everywhere. So I give this match 2.75 stars out of 5. Rhino then has a backstage promo and's beefing Christian Cage. He then threatens to rip out Christian's heart, then instantly goes, "I can't do that. You're a heartless bastard." He then ends the whole promo just by shouting "gore" twice. Then there's a video package for the no DQ triple threat of Abyss, Raven, and Brother Runt, who's Spike Dudley. And I'll probably refer to him as that quite a lot because, it's fucking Spike Dudley. It's the one you know him for. Abyss and Raven, 2-on-1 Runt, and twatting with bin lids. And then Abyss launches spine at Raven. Abyss, not spine, I'm a fucking dumbass. I can't read my own notes. Also, because autocorrect's bad. But Abyss launches Spike at Raven, who's outside the ring. Runt, Spike. I'm going to just keep calling him Spike from now, or Runt. It's the same. It's the same human. Hits Abyss with a crutch directly to the penis. Raven then has a helmet on, and I was watching this with my good friends, and one of them nicely pointed out that it was a bar boot helmet, not a gladiator helmet as they later referred to it as, which pissed him off. He then headbutts Spike Dudley in the penis with the helmet on. Spike then gets tripped down the opening, the entrance tube, and Abyss lays a table there, and we go over to Raven, who's like been shoved over, and he is quite clearly bladed quite a bit. Abyss gets a ladder out, like he's then down the tube. He comes back out and he sets the ladder up. Raven then they maneuver each other around, and Abyss is now on the table. But then Runt jumps from above, completely fucking misses all of them completely, and yeah, it just kind of lands there. But then him and Raven have a bit of a scrap, and Raven puts him in a dog collar, and then goes to climb a bit of like scaffolding from around the back. And tries to just hang him, which is kind of weird. Then Raven like throws Runt down. The tables are below. Raven goes to pin him, but everyone's like, "What are you doing? This ain't falls count anywhere. This is a no disqualification 3-way dance. You have to get back in the ring." They get back into the ring, but for some reason, Raven doesn't put Spike in the middle of the ring, puts him quite close to the ropes and gets his feet on the rope. Abyss then hits Raven with a black hole slam and just fucking wins. I'm a plunder guy. This was a good match for me. 3.5 out of 5. We now see Jeff Jarrett backstage with some interviewer. He's talking about the interviewer, and he's going, "Oh, I hate Sting." Eric Young comes out, who I think there's some storyline about him being sacked, and Jeff Jarrett wants him to just do his shit for him. And then Jeff Jarrett tells him to find Sting because he thinks Sting is going to be the guy that talks and gives the massive reveal for reasons. And next is the massive battle royale. So American Most Wanted out first, then the Naturals, then the Paparazzi, then Shark Boy and Norman Smiley, my favourites. Then some other team, R-Truth and a Lad, then the Diamonds in the Rough, and then the James Gang, which is Billy Gunn and Road Dogg. Great. And there's too many people to see what's going on. I think this is roughly what happens. And Norman Smiley's out. Then Skipper, who I don't know who he is. Shark Boy was out. James threw a man into the crowd. R-Truth and Jesse James do a little boogie and then get eliminated. And then there's a finish where one of the teams, I think America Most Wanted, cheat and throw someone out. And it becomes a normal tag match, but they don't really make that clear. The Eye of the Storm is a great move, so whoever does that, I assume someone with the name Storm. I think from memory it was like a big spinning crucifix. I'm probably very wrong. There'll be someone to correct me in the comments. America's Most Wanted then get attacked by the James Gang. Storm goes for another Eye in the Storm. He is called Storm, but gets rolled up by the Naturals, and that was the finish. TNA Battle Royale. This isn't the one you think of, is it? You think of the reverse. 2.25 out of 5. We now get a video package showing Jackass 2. For some reason, we have an X Division title now, the X Factors, which I think are just like, here's the reason they both said they're going to win. And they then have the challenger out first because they know how to do it. Chris Sabin, the current... Is he current tag... No, he's not. He's recently been the WWE Tag Team Champion. Then Senshi comes out, some quite good chain wrestling. Senshi does some fucking great chops and Sabin does them back. Senshi does cool kicks, and they're talking about his kicks on commentary now. They're lethal. And then just a bloody load of chops. Then more talking about Jackass 2. Some good tilt world backbreaker and springboard drop kick for a great fall. And then Sabin's pals come out with a sex doll for obvious reasons. And Senshi kicks Sabin and the doll for the 3. As silly as it sounds, very good match. 4 out of 5. Christian has a promo, calls the fans losers, and then shits on Rhino. Then we get a video package of them, and it's Christian shouting at Rhino, and they aren't happy with each other. And then Rhino's like, "You were one of the first people to hold my child." It's like, oh, okay. Rhino and Christian go into the crowd after the match begins, and Rhino chokes Christian with a sign. Christian DDTs Rhino on the ramp, and Rhino is bleeding quite a lot. Rhino then kicks out the kill switch, or the prettier. It's the kill switch. We know what the move is, guys. Come on. Rhino knocks a ref, and Christian gets a very clear visual pin. Christian then gets some chairs to do a concerto, but he misses and gets gored, but the ref's down. So another visual pin that doesn't matter. Kill switch onto this chair for the win by Christian. A fine match, but yeah, 3.5 out of 5 to be honest. We go backstage, and Eric Young, everyone thinks, oh, it's going to be Sting, but it's not Sting. It's LAX, who cut a very quick, angry promo against AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels. We then go to the commentators and they tell us the next match. But I'm excited now. I'll watch it now for my first ever Ultimate X match because it looks cool. It's like a scaffolding match from early WCW, but with logic. They're talking about Christopher Daniels is in a promo talking about all the great Mexican wrestlers there have been, and they say Eddie Guerrero, and he gets quite a big pop, which is nice. There's now some iffy race stuff talking about he doesn't care, but he kind of works around it. It's not aged awfully, and he calls Conan an asshole, which is still probably accurate. And then a video package for just the genuine Ultimate X match with a Linkin Park Numb piano cover mix thing. And there's then a video package of how AJ Daniels can do that, and AJ and Daniels, Christopher that is, can do the Ultimate X match better than anyone. Out first, the non-champions, AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels, and then LAX out next with their own Mexican Spanish announcers. LAX attack Styles and Daniels for the belt. It's a very good opening with double teams from both of them, double team moves and stuff. LAX get a chair. There's a great suicide dive from Homicide. Then, the only way I can explain it is like a running shooting star press over the top rope from AJ, and then just a great power bomb from Hernandez. There's a chance I've mixed the ones I don't know up, so Hernandez and Homicide potentially could be wrong here, but I think I did quite well. There's a ladder in the ring, so Homicide's cheating to get the bug, so she meant to climb the big crossy wires, but he's got a ladder. But AJ pushes him down, and then pushes the ladder, not throws it, not like a launch, but the ladder's up, and he goes onto Homicide. Then Hernandez gets dropped cop first by both AJ and Christopher Daniels onto the ladder. Massive choke throw thing from Hernandez, and a very well earned "This is awesome" chant from the TNA faithfuls. Hernandez tried to climb, but AJ hits him with a springboard forearm. Not a phenomenal forearm. Well, they didn't say it, so it wasn't to get him down. Homicide's climbing and he hugs the wire, and then AJ comes up, and they both just kind of fall down. Daniels tries to climb, but gets double teamed with they get him in an electric chair, and the other guy bulldogs him off, and then AJ pulls down Hernandez to splash onto Homicide. Then AJ hits a great springboard reverse DDT. It's a thing of beauty. Conan gets a table out. Hernandez goes to hit a crucifix bomb through it, but gets double teamed, then triple teamed, then quad teamed. Not like more people, they just keep doing it. Then AJ hits a fucking huge Styles clash through the table. Daniel then grabs the belts in just a good jump thing. That was the best match on the card. It was great. Oh, I loved it. Some classic AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels. 4.25 out of 5. Next up, we got the Jeff Jarrett and Joe package for their match. Joe is out first because he's not the champion. I mean, it's not a championship match, which is also quite weird. But they're talking about how Joe is undefeated, so they don't want to fuck that up, I guess. Joe, and he just looks like a killer. He looked great. And Eric Young tells Jeff, on the way to the ring, backstage, he can't find Sting. But he didn't check the Raptors, which is fucking stupid. And then the match kind of starts. Jeff keeps teasing he's going to go out the ring. And by now I've noticed he's got 4 t-shirts on. And then commentary say, and then they kind of explain it's not get hit with it. They keep teasing Jeff to going in and out of the ring. He does eventually, but this is after Joe takes the 3 shirt Jarrett's got on. It goes out and he gets the whip to fuck. But then Joe goes out and no one whips him, and Jeff Jarrett is not happy about that. Jeff then goes out and brings Joe out, but in doing so, he steals a belt. He then whips Joe and he tries to fucking choke him out. He then hits 2 crossbodies in a row and tries a pinfall twice and gets 2 counts. And then he goes for a third one, but Joe does his walkaway spot. Joe then strips Jeff fully. He's now got no t-shirts on. Jarrett then goes out the ring and gets belted to fuck. Joe grabs a belt and twats Jeff with it. Jeff tries to choke Joe with one of his old shirts, but it doesn't work. And then Joe ties the arm of Jeff around the rope. Fans then come in, pelt Jeff with the belt. Jeff then gets a guitar and kind of hits Joe. Oh no, he doesn't hit Joe yet. No. Then Joe gets fucking hell, Jeff. Joe gets put in the coquina clutch, but Jeff gets his foot on the rope. And then they kind of do like a borderline skull crushing finale kind of thing with Joe's head going through the so gimmicked guitar. But he kicks out with 2. And then Joe gets all amped up, hits a muscle buster for the win. 3 out of 5. It was a decent match with some decent spots. But this isn't the end. As you may remember, there is a big announcement coming. But it was very weird it wasn't for the title. But then on his way out, Joe steals the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. Cornette comes out and shouts at Jeff. And they say they're on primetime TV. Woo, yeah, that's really relevant in 2025. I mean, I think they've just gone back to live TV, not primetime TV. I'm pretty sure they're live now, or nearly live, or something. But that's not the only announcement. And then we see a video package of Kurt freaking Angle, man. He looked cool as hell. And then the show kind of ends. Like, I know, obviously, it would. They've just announced Kurt Angle, but it just ends. It's just like, oh yeah, the video package, fade to black. So overall, it was a pretty good show. You know, there's a weird amount of Jackass 2 stuff, but the Kurt Angle thing, which obviously I knew beforehand. Obviously, like, come on, I'm not a TNA guy, but I knew googling the show. Oh, it's the Kurt Angle show. But the highlight was 100% that Ultimate X match, one of my new favorite match types. And overall, that gives the show, on my way of finding this number, I get all the ratings of each match and to make them an average. And I give this whole show, a 3.21 out of 5. So 3.21 star show, which is pretty good, you know, all things considered. Considered the second match is about pooing yourself. But let's go to the wheel and see what the next show is. Hopefully more TNA, because I've just bought TNA Plus. Let's see the wheel now. Here we are with the wheel. We have 814 things in said wheel, because I've reviewed 3 and I was going through it and I found one that doesn't technically count because, yeah, don't think about it. It was some random ECW show and it wasn't yeah. Don't worry. Let's spin the wheel to see what I get to watch next time. Oh, give me some TNA, give me some goodness, maybe even AEW. Royal Rumble 1992. It's Rumble season as is. 92. What happened in 92? Oh, was 92 a bad one? I feel like 92 was a bad one. Why does Royal Rumble 1992 ring a bell? Well, we're gonna find out together. You probably already know, and by the next time you see me, I'll have already watched it. But, you know, that's fine. Rumble 92. You know, cool. Let's have a quick Google of what's on the card real quickly. Now I want to admit when I'm wrong. I'm fucking thick. 92's the good one. It's the one with the coolness. It's got flair, you know, with a tear in my eye. The match card, if you want to know, which you will find out anyway. So it's a 5 match card, but it's got the Royal Rumble for the WWF Championship. Ho ho ho! I'm really excited to watch this. Nice. Okay, I'll probably watch that today. Maybe. Potentially. That's cool. Thank you for watching. I'm fucking happy with that. No, I mean, TNA would have been cool, but you know, is how it is. Oh, it's gonna be quite awkward for my spreadsheet to add all 30 of these people to it. But you know, that doesn't matter. You don't even see the spreadsheet. That's just for me. Anyway, thank you for watching. I've been Keith Spin the No Surrender 2006 pay-per-view. Hopefully you'll see me next time for the Royal Rumble 1992 review. And until then, like, comment, subscribe. Go away.